Today, I'm going to share my go-to natural makeup look with you, something that's going to make you look fresh, awake, and skin glowy. So I always like to start with some skin prep first. I like to use a face mist, and then I go over with my global face serum, which is a botanical face oil, and I start to massage it gently into my skin. This leaves a really nice finish, gives your skin a beautiful healthy glow, and that is just a perfect prep for any makeup look. And I always like to massage my skin a little bit, just taking a few moments to kind of boost the blood circulation, waking up my skin, and doing some gentle tapping like this is actually going to help the product absorb faster and also gives that skin like a healthy, vibrant, healthy look. And taking some moment to massage your skin is just kind of really good for the skin overall as well, and kind of just waking up your face before you start the makeup application. So I start with a little concealer. I always like to just put on concealer on my hand because then I can kind of control how much I'm putting on. And then I go in with a brush onto the areas where I have a bit of redness, or if there's any kind of uneven texture or uneven skin, like dark spots or anything, just to kind of even out the skin a little bit. This way is also nice because you kind of let that skin shine through, so you're not covering up with tons of foundation. Just kind of evening out the skin for a really dewy, healthy look. Next, I do a concealer that is slightly lighter than the other concealer I was using, and I put it underneath the eyes because underneath the eyes you kind of want to have this lifted look. So by putting a slightly lighter concealer here underneath the eyes, it's going to kind of wake up the eyes and give your eyes this bright kind of look. And so I apply a little bit again underneath the eyes, and then I use my fingers to kind of dab it a little bit so it doesn't look too heavy. And I gently just go under the areas where there's dark circles or anything like that, just to kind of again even out the skin, making it look even and smooth. Patting it like that is a really nice touch because it kind of just goes on so lightly and it doesn't feel like you have a lot of foundation, a lot of concealer on your skin. So next I go over and focus on the eye area here. So I take my little brush, a very thin brush, and I dip it into water, and then I kind of tap it on my fingers a little bit here and make sure that I get the darkest color. And you can use whatever color you want. I'm using a plum color here, and I pat it onto my hand again just to kind of get away the excess color. And then I really just line the upper lash line. And you don't want a thick line here. You just want to put a little bit here in the lash line just to kind of give that lift. And you see already here, it's a light dab. You're lining the upper eyelid here, and it just kind of opens up the eye and gives the eye more definition. Then I take the same brush and I put it a little bit here again, tapping it, and then I smudge it gently in the lower lash line as well. And then I kind of even it out a little bit here, smudging it more with my fingers. Again, this is a very natural makeup look, so I don't want a lot of eyeshadow. I just want a little bit of like an opening of my eye a little bit here. So going very gentle with the brush and then smudging it out. Now I'm just gently blotting my face because I'm realizing here that I'm looking a little bit shiny. So this is a really wonderful way to kind of get away that excess shine, is to just use blotting paper. And I try to not use too much powder, but using blotting paper like this is really wonderful to kind of make sure that you are not too oily or your face is not looking too shiny. Next, I use a cream blush, and I love cream blushes. They look so natural on the skin, and I love just using my fingers, kind of putting it in the apple of my cheeks, a little bit moving upward towards the temple, and just smudging it, kind of blending it into the skin. And it looks just like a natural, healthy flush, like a really nice, kind of healthy glow. Next, I use my mascara, and I'm just kind of fixing my eyebrows a little bit here too. But using my mascara, and I'm not using an eyelash curler now because I naturally have a lash lift right now, so my lashes have a little bit of a lift. So I'm just going in with my mascara and just doing it on the upper lashes here, focusing mainly on the upper lashes, but then also going a little bit underneath on the lower lash line as well. I'm using a bit of a highlighter here. It's a bit of a shimmer. And I like using this sometimes when I want that extra kind of glow to the skin. And I put it right here on the temple area. And it kind of gives your face and your cheek area a little bit of that healthy kind of glow again. And just dab a little bit here. You don't need a lot. But it's so beautiful when the sun reflects, you see a little bit of that glow. Next, I go in with my lip pencil and I gently kind of line my lips, and I go a little bit above the lip line here as well, just to make the lips appear like they're a little bit bigger. But it's really important that you're not doing the whole lining, that you're just kind of going with a little bit of lines, like almost like a tapping movement here. If you can see, it's really not about that sharp line. It's just kind of filling in a little bit. Now I have a little bit of powder and I'm just kind of pressing it into the skin, just especially underneath the eyes and the cheek area where I'm feeling like usually this is where I can kind of get a little bit oily, and then on the forehead as well and between my eyebrows. I kind of leave the rest of the skin because I kind of like that natural glow on the cheek area. And that's it. So this is my simple everyday makeup look that I love to do, and it only takes about 10 minutes. If you're curious about the products that I used, I have listed them in this description box below. And yeah, if you'd like more of these makeup tutorials, I don't do a lot of them. I mostly focus on face yoga and massages and skincare, but if you'd like more of them, please let me know in the comments below and I'll share more of my makeup looks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.